it was not possible in this lifetime, his lifetime, or my lifetime, for a Black person to become president of the United States. It hit me hard. And I said to him, if my children pour forth the effort, make all of the sacrifices, do everything that they need to do right, and I have the ability to lead, I want it to be their choice. For that, I'm joining the campaign. Mind you, when Obama was running, we were still paying 25 cents for a minute on our phones. And there were no GPS that was talking to us. There were no recalculating, none of that. I got to go upstairs. I was trying to find, I'm a little late because I was trying to find the last addresses and map that was given to me in Duluth, where we were reporting. The last couple of those and addresses that I knock on. I remember coming home and going right next door to this room and told my husband, I need some sleeping pills, because I didn't want to hear the result. I wanted to wake up the next day and whatever it was going to be either the beginning or it was over. So I took those pills. It didn't help me. No amount of sleeping pills helped me that night. I wanted to know what was happening. I think about 7, 8 o'clock, my husband said it's over. Obama has won. And I say, if Obama does not win, you're going to be in trouble with me. He's like, yeah, I look in the calculation. So I knock at doors. I ran from Lawrenceville to Norcross to Duluth, knocking on doors. In fact, the days leading to, or the months and months leading to doing the campaign, we have to go from door to door to explain to Black people, to explain to young people, to explain in parking lots that your vote do counts. But it's a winner care all. So we must win. So we work. So I want to say to the Obamas, there's not enough word in my lifetime that I've gathered to say thank you. And I will say in my tribe, Izu, Imama, Uragbemo, Mawaikoi. Thank you. Thank you plenty. Thank you for making us proud. Thank you for elevating the conversation. Thank you for showing us where leadership can be, could be, is. Thank you. I love the speech from Michelle today. So I will stop here and go back to what I usually talk on Thursday, because I like to. When I ran campaign for Obama, at first I said I was never going to get, not never going to get a citizenship, because I tried getting a citizenship before and the resettlement were going on. So I decided at that time, citizens could not apply for refugees. So I had to go. After doing my test, okay, I was not able to go and get sworn in because I wanted to file for I have already filed for my family. And with citizenship, they were not going to qualify. So I decided that I would sit that out. So years later, years and years later, a decade later, I said, it's just okay. But when I ran that campaign, and I thought to myself, my one little vote could have been the defining moment of the campaign. I thought about it strong and hard. That was one of the reasons I went and got a citizenship, to be able to vote. And as I learned deep into American history and found out the essence of the very vote, those who, especially in Georgia, who were lynched, those who died, those who after the Civil War, after fighting, who were elected and the position were taken from them, I wanted to have my voice. I spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars doing phone banking on my own cell phone at the time. Get in my car, I would take my son with me in Norcross, in neighborhoods that I didn't think was safe. And I would tell him, he was a 12-year-old. And I said, if you hear me yell, don't come for me. Just drive and try to find the nearest phone booth and dial 191 when you know where you left me. And Obama delivered. And this is what vision is, being able to imagine a new reality or different reality of what is now or what has been. That's what vision is. Because knowledge is where you know, where you can prove. Vision is where you're aiming at, where you're going, but you do not have a precise way of getting there, but you will navigate your way there. $850 million. A town. While everybody is looking for prime property, while everybody is looking for, this man took a place that was deemed or condemned as ghetto, violent, and he gave it life. Just as when he took over, he gave America life. He gave us life. He's not perfect. Let me share that today. But he gave us life. He made our children, our sons, our brown and black kids believe that they were possible. He made the world, respected America, made it think, make the whole world think anything in this country was possible. You can come from a single parent home. You can come from a struggling parent home. You can come from a mixed background. You can come from the continent of Africa. You can come from anywhere. If you make the sacrifice, if you roll up your sleeve, your dreams are possible. Obama made that. During the reign of Obama, the graduation rate among our boys went up. They call it the Obama effect. Today, he and his wife did something amazing, amazing. And I'm glad I was part of this journey. I'm glad that I was motivated today to be able to vote because of him. Run campaign, take off my shoes or tie my shoelaces and walk those steps. Climb 3 stories up and down, more than that. So he will be president. And I'm super proud of him. Congratulations to the Obamas. Congratulations, America. Congratulations to the young people. This is the direction. Today, you know, they say leaders win election, but legend win the hearts of the people. This man will live on, will live on. When my daughter Alyssa was, I think like 6, 7 years old, we took her to Warm Springs. FDR, one of my favorite presidents of all time. But you know, Obama, that's my guy any day, anytime, any place. Any day, my forever president. My black president. My smart, intelligent president. We took my daughter to see the presidential library, Warm Springs, where FDR used to go, who suffered from polio. The man who brought us Social Security or the New Deal. And I took her there. I don't know if she still remembers. And we were supposed to go, but she wanted us to go month after next, after she starts school. She's working. She don't want to go now. And we're going to go. We're going to be a part of this history. We built this. So I have no copyright to this video. I just wanted to say to the Obamas, for me, I'm a dreamer. Where I was born on banana leaf, wore my mother lapa as diapers. I don't believe there was substitute for milk besides my mother's breast to find myself. So when he say, change you can believe in, and yes, we can. I'm not impossible because of this country. No, I'm not rich, but I'm not hungry. Again, congratulations. That's it. I'm going to stop this Obama background right here. And I'm going to navigate to Liberia. Okay. And I want to say thank you, those of you who have logged in. Please share the video. Okay. Since Rebecca, welcome. So I'm going to stop here. Here we go. So today, I like to talk about what is happening in Liberia. I want to give you, my mind is the ability to envision a new reality. That's what Liberians, all of us should be thinking. You know, I listened to Stanton yesterday and saying, oh, we don't want no old person like Bwaka anymore. I know what the target is. Stanton, my brother. He got plenty issue, but let's stay my brother. Okay. Stanton is the pride of Liberia. Stanton is a true Liberian, whether you like it or not. Many of us pretending and calling all these names when given the opportunity, when we know we can get away with anything and still walk with our chest up, we will do it because we are Liberians. And that's how we lived. Okay. For 133, almost 35 years, we had a family that dominated the whole country, gave money to one another to the point that they even pay Lebanese to come in the country. They pay foreigners because they didn't want, okay, competition with the people they met on the ground. This is not to divide. And I'm Cindy Martin Clay. Like I always told you, okay? There are not enough Congo people in Liberia to build Liberia, to bring us to where all of us can be safe. And there are not enough native people in Liberia that will build Liberia, that all of us will be safe and will be respected. We all must be Liberian first and foremost. That's what the change will start from. The ability to envision a new reality. Okay? The ability to envision a new reality. Where travel that. Talk about young president. Doe was young. Doe was in his 20s. Taylor was young. Weah was young. And educated. Ellen was a middle age. So we have tried every criteria and literally has failed. What we have not tried is capacity, the ability to envision a new reality. We have not tried people who have records of building, who have records of managing, who have records of being honest and being transparent. We do not have, what we have not tried is people who have the ability to walk their talk, that are consistent. What we have not tried is people who will bring us together and build for all Liberians. That's what we have not tried. So yes, I hear Spoon call somebody, one of our brother knee and put his picture up. All the friends are mad and calling him all the names. Okay? All of the names. But when he was supporting our paper, we didn't call him names. One group were calling him names, one people were calling him names. The very people that were insulting Dr. Richardson yesterday, today are calling Spoon a liar, calling Kev Hassan a liar. Before they were not liar because they didn't like Francais. Because Francais at the time was supporting Alexander Cummings. The ability to envision a new reality. When you an informed person, when you are a humane person, when you see people for their ability, who they are, you don't put limit on their age. John Mahama is in his 70s. John Mahama is in his 70s. Do you hear me? John Mahama is in his 70s. Okay? He said he took over. The first thing he came prepared to power. He outlined his policy, meaning the direction, okay, the plan that will guide his direction, where he's headed. All right. John Muhammad was born 1958. Okay. He outlined it. The first thing he said, there are too many agencies, there's too many agencies, too many redundant positions. We're going to get qualified people. We're going to get people who are cross-trained. Okay. What the essence of you sending somebody to school, get 3 degrees, 1 undergrad, 3 grad degree, you hire him, then you hire people with the same qualification, and then you send them to school with our money. When they're in government, they can leave the country and go to school. You can pay 80,000, 60,000, 40,000 for one person, but you're not able to get the foundational education where you build up the population brain, where you build up the faculty, thinking faculty. That's what we used to say for the student companion. Okay, the ability to think and ask questions. That's what smart people do. Intelligent people, highly intelligent people, ask questions. Okay, that's why in the world over, in the developed world, you will hear children. The moment they can say hello, when you say sit down, they tell you why. In Liberia, we tell the children, shut up and sit down. In the world over, we don't tell them to shut up and sit down. You tell them why. And we ask more why. As they ask more why, you have a responsibility to explain to them. You have the responsibility to make sure your kids are okay with asking questions, unlike us in Liberia. We don't want children to ask questions. We're not okay with children asking questions. We're not okay if children have the mind. You call your child, uncle over for visit, and the child say to you, "Mommy, I don't want to go. I don't want to give the uncle water." You yell at them, "Get over here! Get over here!" You start cussing them while they're being frisky. The first thing is children have sight. They can feel. They can see. They can tell people that if they're not comfortable with people, you can't force them. So today I'm talking about the ability to envision a new reality. What Liberians must do at this point is to envision a new reality. I started this conversation with Obama. I started this conversation with Obama for a purpose. 200 plus years. People who look like Obama were considered property, or like me. They weren't even considered living beings. They were properties. From that, to believe that he can ascend to the higher office. Let me first say thank you to Shirley Season, Sojourner's Truth. These are the women who believe way back when this was possible. And I'm glad about 10 years ago that I bought in. When my own Liberian people, just like when I go out now, people tell me, "Oh, Alexander Cummings will never be president." I heard that with Obama. I paid 25 cents per minute to make calls. I drove to where our headquarters were in Duluth to the man who was leading the charge, because you couldn't bring the people, the addresses, and the name home. It's not today where we do everything digital. You get into the minivan or whatever the new application is, and the numbers you just go and dial. Before, you have to literally go and dial the number and talk to those people when we're doing pool, when we were doing phone banking. the ability to envision a new reality. Our new reality has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with tribe. It has nothing to do with the love of liberty. Met me here, the love of liberty, brothers here. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. It has to do with how we see ourselves as a nation, as a community, as people, as Africans. And where do we want to leave Liberia? And where do we want to take Liberia? And what legacy do we want to leave for our children? When we are on our dying bed, when our children ask, what did you do? Like the other day, when the other African countries were coming in, when places like what do you call it, Cape Verde, a small nation with small population, were coming to play the World Cup. The FIFA, World Cup. Francine daughters asked her, so where is Liberia? She had to explain to them. What will we tell our children? Since Rebecca, thank you for sharing. Guys, continue to share for me, please. Continue to share. Share this. Okay, continue to share. All right, I'm not going to be here very long. Why is this doing this? Not letting me share. Keep putting something else up here when I try to share. Okay, let me see what is going on. Okay, so I want to play this video. This is from 2017. Inconsistency. I wrote on my page yesterday, and over, I believe, 10,000 of UP people have been on my post insulting. Not only are they insulting, telling me it was that way before. What have I done for Liberia? I'm not sure if I needed to do something for Liberia after you hired brainless people. Okay, you hire a man with no record. Yeah, close to 10,000 persons have come under that post to insult, to justify the things that they called wrong yesterday. That's what you're doing. Some of you very people, I see my little brother, George Lobo, the one who could not cut it in America, come under my post. What do you expect? I try not to answer him because he and I are not equal. Not in any capacity. I'm not going to give him the audience. He can write all the way he wants on my post. But he and I are not having that conversation. I have no intention to have that conversation. Okay. I came to America. I did what I needed to do. And I work and I have a career. If you are in the United States, you come to the free world where they let you go to school free. If you're able to score the grades, they will give you money to go to school. George Lobo came and he failed. Okay, and he know his story. He failed miserably, so he must kiss butt. People want and all they want things straight and betray his nation. So he honor everybody's post. All right, that my little brother. I'm not gonna die. George Lobo, all of them were on this platform. So I'm not gonna pay attention to him. I'm not gonna answer. He's not worth my time. Okay. The only place George Lobo will shine, like Liberia. Because at the place where they think they're about something, they will betray their nation. They will betray their people. They will betray themselves, their conscience. They will betray the children, so long their children are okay. Okay? It's children, if we get them to Liberia, we send them to international school. While the rest of them who are under my post cussing, they can't even find food to eat. So I feel sorry for them. But we'll talk about the ability to envision a new reality. This is what America did. Now, you see, when people talk, the American people reference Obama. When Trump do this, they reference Obama because all the reference FDR, they reference the Clintons, they reference the Bush. They come, all of them come with their own shortcoming. Okay? But guess what? They were decent. They had the temperament. They have vision. Obama took us from 10% unemployment to 4%. He saved the auto industry when he took over. That is rescue. He put money in our pocket so we can continue to eat, just as when Joe Biden took over, although you all say that Donald Trump who took over, that he gave us money to stay home, to stay safe during the corona. Let me play this video for y'all. I'm going to play this broadcast video. This is the opening 2017. Okay. I want you to listen to this old man, what he promised us, why he was. Today, he's sending off video. Today, he's sending off voicemail. The same thing that we were fighting CDC for yesterday. He's doing it, and you're praising him. And back up. Every 4 to 5 weeks, sometimes less, Bwaka is in some country. All day long, they're sending in invitation. Why do we have MSS in those countries? Tell me what other country, what other nation that have developed from the president being on air taxi, leaving every 4 weeks, 5 weeks, sometimes every 2 weeks, he's somewhere. Then they come up, he gets speaker. Oh, he did speaker. Why do we have MSS? Why do we have representation in those countries? Why do we have foreign affairs minister? Why do we have that? Let me play this.
Thank you very much. We want to thank all of the organizers of this debate. I come to this debate this morning against many suggestions from people and partisans and key supporters who asked me not to appear. But I'm here for several reasons, among which are my respect for anything that is important to the Liberians in and out of government. It shows their love and concern for their country. Liberians are aware of the challenges they face in and outside their country and are now demanding.
So here it is. Y'all hear Papa Bwaka? Oh, thank you so much, Seku. Like, y'all listen to him. Liberians in and out of the country. This is a capital. The same people that he referencing, these are the same people today. And he say, Donald Trump coming for you. You think you're doing this, you're doing that. Yes, air testing, my dear. So let's continue. I want you to listen keenly and listen to his voice, what he's saying to us. There he goes.
Our country gave them the opportunity to actively participate and contribute to the rebuilding of our country. That a responsible government in place, one requisite leadership that is capable, tested administratively, and one with knowledge and experience and integrity to manage our resources and be a...
So let's talk about this. Intelligent, integrity. Let me explain to like Rimple what integrity means. Integrity means doing the right things or thing at all times. It does not matter if people are looking or not. It does not matter if it benefits you or if it does not benefit you. Doing what is right, okay? That is integrity. We use that word loosely. We're stealing, we're looting, we're lying, we're suffocating the nation, we're leaving our people with our homes, we're putting people out of their homes that they're being in from their family, they're from the 80s, what we call normal days, okay, to sell it to foreigners. and you say Liberians, and you're talking about people who have, yes, less than envision, the ability to envision a new reality. Okay. That being a part of a system does not mean you are a leader. It means you were there, you follow through, you collected your paycheck and you sat down and you have absolutely no record. All right. Um, yesterday, my brother and friend, okay, Remy Gray, said on Spoon, and it's on my page, that the drugs that is in Liberia, it was coming there during Ellen time. He forgot to know that uh, during Ellen time, Bwaka was vice president during Ellen time. I think he forgot that completely. That during Ellen time, Bwaka was vice president. Okay, so he's saying that's the same cartel that is bringing in drugs. So the drugs that they brought in, but that's the story for a different day. So let's play this. Because my time is almost over. I started a little late. I'm not going to be long because I'm on summer vacation. So let's play this. Listen to him.
Accountable to them. Let me emphasize here that we are an African country with a huge percentage of our people in the rural communities, illiterate society, unemployed youth needing quality education, technical skills for employment. I graduated from the university, and the first assignment I took was outside the country, something that was not normal in those days. For believe that once you receive Morovia, they forget about you. This gave me the opportunity to understand the life the people live outside Morovia, what the people think about their lives and their development. And I said to myself these few days that it is about time that we think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. We have done a lot. Our youth, our women, sit in the market in squalor. We see that. When I go up country, I look at different things. I look at the lives of the people, the quality of life they're living. It is not talking, it's about action. And this is the experience that I have. So Liberians, today, we thank you for giving us this opportunity because we should go beyond rhetoric and give to our Liberians what they deserve. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Did you hear him? Our women. Hey, Mano. Our women. He was concerned about the women. Today, every day on social media, a child, little girl is raped. A boy, every day is the girl. Every now and then, a boy. Okay? It's raped. Okay? The man says he took over. I'm not going to use the word at least. Under George Weah led government, when we had 1,200 rape cases, rape was declared national emergency. Waka had never spoken on rape issue, nor has his wife spoken on rape issue. You got hospitals in Liberia today, just on Front Page Africa, Liberian women who are having babies naturally and are having their private part torn up, okay? And they have not stitched them or go ahead and operated on them to sew them up back. They're walking around smelling and leaking with fistula, okay? But they have no money. Because of that, they shame, they stay away. You talk about the market women. Same Bwaka took over. How many market women have he visited? How many markets have he and his wife visited? How many counties have he visited? How many market hall have he visited? How many town has he visited? But he out of the country every 3, 4, 5 weeks. Sometimes every other week. Oh, Emmanuel already? Yeah, John was my brother. We went to church together. Yes, yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Okay. So that's the question I want to ask you. Now let's get a different person to speak here. Everything Waka talk was rhetoric that he said. It was all rhetoric. There was nothing honest about that. It was all a talk. So let's go ahead here. I'm gonna continue with this video. So let me go out here. All right. Now this is Alexander Cummings. I'm not gonna play everybody on here, but now this is Alexander Cummings. This is the opening statement during the campaign. Thank you, Brother Alfred. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Please share. Please share. And our brother Sekou from Spain, please share. Okay. I'm gonna play this. I want you to listen. Two voices, and I'm going to also play the economic plan. Okay, listen to us here.
Please control the clapping. You have a lot of time for that. Thank you, Vice President Boyka. Mr. Cummings, can you move to the podium for your 4-minute introduction?
Thank you, and good afternoon. To the organizers of the program, the Deepening Democracy Coalition, to the moderators, to my fellow aspirants for leadership of our country, it's my honor to be here with you this afternoon. You know, about 3 weeks ago, Liberia celebrated 170 years of independence, the oldest republic in Africa. Yet, we are amongst the least developed countries on our continent, and indeed among the least developed countries in the world. My fellow Liberians, we have to ask ourselves some very hard questions. Why do almost 60% of our people live below the poverty line? Why is our per capita income of $297 the third lowest in the world? And I could go on and on. There are two fundamental truths that we have to think about as Liberians. One, if you keep doing the same things, you will not get different results. If you keep doing the same things, you will not get different results. The other fundamental truth is that the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And as Liberians go to the poll on October 10th, I ask you to keep those two truths in mind and answer some of these hard questions about why we are where we are after 170 years. I have been very blessed in life, blessed to be a Liberian, blessed to have gone to demonstration school, CBA, Cuttington, worked at LBDI, but also blessed to have managed large, complex organizations, managed financials much bigger than our countries, and consistently delivered results. Consistently was held accountable, created jobs for people across the world. And I ask you, as we look forward, as we have this debate, let's look at who will answer the fundamental questions, who will go below the surface, who will understand the economics of our country, who will focus on the how we can change our country. And that involves bringing all Liberians together. We call it hearts and minds. That involves finding the money. It will require funds, money to do the things we need to do. It will require a government of inclusion. It will require growing the private sector and leveraging technology. So my fellow Liberians, this is what we offer you. This is what we want you to think about. We have to do some things differently if we want a different country.
So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop right here. The the ability to envision a new Liberia. All right. We must do things differently. Okay. Now, here is the difference between Alexander Cummings and Joseph Boakai. He has record. He has record of changing his environment. He has record of coming in and saving organization. He has record of reinventing organization that still breathe. Okay. So yes, we're talking about, we don't want old person. We don't want young person. We had a young man. Doe was young. Doe was in his 20s. We also have a young man in Burkina Faso, where in 3 years, literally, even at the same time, being attacked by the imperialists for their own minerals. Okay? He's fighting on war front and still building his nation. He had left his country maybe 2 times since he took over. And Liberian people will come and say, it's the military government. Okay? But let's look at the function of Liberian government. Liberia has an imperial presidency. The president gets anything the president wants. So if Liberia must change, it will come from the presidency. Even when Boakai was running, okay, the last video that I played on Tuesday, y'all go back and listen. He said, you can't be vice president and change Liberia. You have to be the president to change Liberia. He said, all of us be in government. So you can't come at me. He said, all of us, all the political parties are members of the government. We all sit down and cut the cow meat or the whatever meat it is. My time here is over. But he said that. He said that. So I'm going to play the last video. And what I'm going to do these clips just with Boakai and put on my page. And you can go and listen to it for him. He got a lot of recordings. His last interview on Arise, then the one here, okay? Hey, Emmanuel, thank you for watching. I'm just saying, we already got the old man there, okay? Maybe 20 years ago, he would have done better. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe he would have done better. We don't know. But at this point, I don't think he's in charge. And he got these people, paying people still. I made a post this afternoon. Over 10,000 people have gone through that post. Insulting. You know, what is bothersome is, you know, when you people were in power, we did not have this level of communication. The proliferation of internet or social media. Okay. CDC came right in when Facebook Live had just started. So we could see what CDC were doing. And I thought the people at CDC were rude. I thought they were untrained. I thought they were out of this world crazy. But Europeans are the worst. They are rude. They call themselves educated. But let me tell you what Dr. King said. The true goal of education is character plus intelligence. If you go to school, you read, you copy, you memorize, you regurgitate, you are not educated. You acquire knowledge, but you're not intelligent because you're not able to think critically. You're not able to conversate and disagree with somebody and still be able to tolerate the person and still be respectful to the person. You and I can go back and forth. I can disagree with you. I don't have to insult you. I have enough diction. And that's why I try to teach as an educator, my young people, that yes, you can disagree. That's what we call argument. That's the same thing we call debate. Okay? There is a pro, there's a con. You are for, I'm against. We should be able to ponder our side, why we think this is right, why we think this is wrong, why we think this does not belong, without me wanting to kill you, without me wanting to pull your bones and dissolve it in some chemical, or without me trying to insult your mother or insult your father or insult your intelligence. We don't. That's what intelligent people do. That's what people with character do. That's what people who put their nation first. Let me tell you, when you come and say you don't like the government, I don't have to like the government. I don't. That's not patriotism. Patriotism is supporting your government when it deserves it and supporting your country at all times. Everything will pass away. George Weah government has gone. Taylor government left. Ellen government gone. Bwaka government will go. But Liberia will stay. As such, I have a responsibility first and foremost to my country, not to a government. It's temporary. And Sekou, I would like to agree with you. Then that means he's a fraud. He knew you could not do the job. And he put his hand up to the rest of them to do it. Now, let's talk about the drug issue in the country. I saw my brother JD today warning Spoon. And I also saw under there a lot of people calling Stanton all of the names. For me, I don't believe in situational ethics. You see all the things that were going on with Stanton. I have not said one word. I live in the United States. Some of you who call this Stanton all the names, you support Donald Trump. My husband grew up in the neighborhood where Donald Trump was. The same place where the Central Park 5. He went to Manhattan College and beyond. And he will tell you about who Trump is. The man who cheated on his wife, your wives, and the rest, all of you know the story, but you call yourself Christian. The man who had literally drained all of our social security. You're back him, you say you're Christian. But you come. You call all the bootleggers who got ahead here. You praise Elon Musk, but you cause it. I don't support Stanton. Let me just be clear with you. I have no fish to fry in it. Okay? I don't. But I have not said one word. And there's a reason. I study American history deeply. Today, somebody working for LDA in Sano, they say he raped a 10-year-old girl. They put him in jail. Jala is no, I don't believe Jala is in the country. Hopefully he's not in America. If he's in America, I will write the State Department about him. They will find him and he will send him back home. And I'm trying to find out. Let somebody tell me where he is. I will. I will. Peter Bonjala. The other guy with a 14-year-old child with Gregory Coleman. I told Gregory Coleman, so long that single man was raising his daughter is crying his name, he will get in trouble. I don't care who he related to. I don't care who he is. I know. I've been telling you, he is nasty. Okay? Just the same way. When they saw Samuel Jackson talking plenty about the government, condemning it, laying it out because he understands economics. When his wife tragically died, they didn't investigate. They didn't want to investigate. Whether he did it or not, that's not my place. What I know is, I know what seizure does. I know what epilepsy does because I have family who suffer from epilepsy. I went to school with a girl, beautiful blonde hair, blue eyes, who suffer from epilepsy, that would be sitting up and just fall behind. I deal with kids year in, year out with epilepsy that have to wear a helmet. I take classes on that twice a year. If there's an update on medication, how to manage them. We have team that have what do you call it? Quarters. When you have quarters, it does not mean the children have learning disability. It means that some have learning disability, like dyslexia. It does not mean they're dull. They just learn differently. My brother, who went on to get a PhD, who could write 3 books in the same setting together side by side, with dyslexia. And the moment we found out what was his shortcoming, the brilliance show up. In Liberia, we say you just dull, or the person making medicine. There are kids who have medical disability. So as educators in the United States, we have to be trained, because it don't matter if they're in gifted class, they're not in gifted class. Okay, you got some code, different code, 504. These are children that are exceptionally intelligent. Okay, but they have anxiety problem. That's disability. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and what other place I wanted to play before I go. Okay. Oh, what did I do? I wrote the number down where that thing was gonna be. It was oh my God. Okay, so say my time here is over. We will play that Saturday morning. Join us Saturday morning. Okay, with Peter Hu and I will be here. We talk about nations building. We talk about what is required. Yes, Mr. Sam Jackson. Yes, because and you know what? I felt, people deal with grief differently. Okay, the operator on that woman, they didn't have room to put her in. They said they have no room for recovery. They must take her home. Okay, she fell down again. The woman had chronic epilepsy. But a lot of people don't like Sam Jackson. I get that. I get he has loud mouth. I get that he does not take no prisoner. He does not even take himself. I get that there are people with ANC that he came out after Mr. Cummings. I get that he goes after everybody. I get that. But my journey to advocacy for 43 years, since I was 13 years old and counting, I've always been about the truth. I don't speak to what I don't know. I don't. And knowing what I know in America, how the Camelot came to being, these people we call bootlicker, how the Rockefeller got to where they are, how the Jewish people got to where they are, the things that they do, the Elon Musk of the world that Obama helped to build and gave him all of this contract. Today, he hear Black people. In fact, he wants to be able to discriminate against Black people, and it should be legal. The dodge that he brought on board, the destruction that he caused, has killed at least 14 million human beings. But we support these people. Then we took the other side and start calling. You know, when Spoon started that platform, the person who built that platform, that was my brother. The Voice asked for. In fact, the first TV radio station was Pastor Innocent who had it. We were going to buy that. I made a suggestion to ANC. The other story, that different story has different day. And Ashford were willing to go to Liberia. That radio station that was built, Ashford were willing to go to Liberia to take over that radio station and build it for us. And Spoon was smiling. All Innocent wanted was $9,000 for somebody to take over the radio station. He already had it, was functional. The son that he left in charge said he was going to open his own church, Grace of Grace. I think that's what it's called. And he didn't want to be. Stanton, what he named, Tomali reached out to me to come on the platform. I say, I know my mouth. Me and nobody will be able to make it on that platform. They will block me and will not be cool. I started reaching out. I reached out to A-Laws, the ANC chairman at the time. He said he was too busy. I reached out to the former Chair, Mr. Passaway, happy Father's Day. That's my forever chairman, Mr. Passaway. I love Mr. Passaway. Okay, in fact, I'm calling him tomorrow. Okay. He said he could come on, but he can't be there regularly because he runs his own business. I reached out to Letty right here, Letty Brooks, because Dr. Richardson was very busy. I didn't even know because she running her own firm. She have teaching. She will and she does she does expert witness at the courthouse. So I didn't think about it. And then somebody said, reach out to, I think it was Letty that said, and I called her. And she said, I can do it. I said, you sure? And she did. And she's still there. And I'm proud of her. They have put her through hell and back. She's there. So I've gone more than 1 hour. I'm not going to go any longer. Just please share the video. We are here Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. this weekend. It's Father's Day. We're still going to get here and have a conversation with you. I will try to get all our video together on time so we can be here and talk. I want to stop and say to President Obama and his beautiful wife and their beautiful girls, congratulations. I'm glad I was part of your journey. My little contribution. The few doors that I knocked out, you inspire me to get my citizenship. I just want you to know that. And be able to vote. Thank you. And thank you for envisioning the impossibility to make that possible. In Liberian, we are possible if we believe. And we're ready to roll our sleeves. We're ready to work harder. And that's what it would take. A revolution is not being comfortable. We have to make ourselves uncomfortable if we want change, if we want a different kind of reality in Liberia. Okay. The drug issue, I will talk about it tomorrow morning. Apparently, the other guy that was in China, I ran away. He was supposed to be in Liberia. He's not there. Okay. But I know for a fact, Kwaka's son 1010 is on drugs and he sells drugs. That will not just Musa's son alone. And they know that. We'll talk to you later. To have a good day. Thank you so much for following. So I'm going to go play ahead and play my Obama video here and call it a day with that. There we go. Change that you can believe in with the possibility of hope. This is America. This is America. This is not the melting pot. This is the soluble, where everything makes it beautiful. The lettuce, the carrots. Okay.
This professional 32 TW SSD, capable of holding the entire collection of the New York Public Library,